Hey folks, Kellen Nitro here telling you about the newest way you can help support Nitromaniac TV's drag file. It's called Members Only, and it is our official premium content wing of the website. For only $4.99 a month, you will gain access to exclusive video and early access to that week's content, all commercial free. Plus an exclusive discount code to the merch stand, exclusive members only live streams, and more to come. If you sign up today, you will gain exclusive access to check out the 5K subscriber special, the 2023 NHRA Rocky Mountain Nationals whole freaking deal video, plus an early cut of what annually is our most popular title, Supercut, Pro Modified 2023. So join today, you'll never know what you're going to see on Members Only. Check it out today at tinyurl.com/drag. Well, happy hoes, everybody. It's Kellen Nitro, and welcome to the Nitromaniac TV's Christmas Extravaganza 2023. This has become kind of a yearly tradition here on the channel where we kind of, well, let me move that out of frame. There we go. Where we get together and have contributors from both the Wrestling Unlimited channel, which I run, and the Drag Files channel, which of course, I run. We all kind of get together, and there's no point to this stream. If it's basically an open, it's an open round table of festive holly jolliness. You can sit down and ask questions about racing, wrestling, life, Christmas, you name it. It's just basically a big end of year get together thing. So. We already got one contributor hanging out with us, so I'm going to welcome him in. Folks from the wrestling channel will recognize him, so I will wish a season's greetings and Merry Christmas and a happy ho 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 hello to Mr. TL. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. That light display, by the way, what was that? That looked great.
Okay, so that is the Rad Torque Raceway Magic of Lights. That's just a small sampling of what they've got out there right now. So if you're in the Edmonton area, go check it out. I think it's open nightly from like 6 o'clock on to like 10 or something like that out there. Goes right on through Ukrainian Christmas, which is I think like January 6 or 7 this year or something like that. So but go down, check it out. Every night they do a different spin on a charity to support and that stuff. So you can Google radtorqueraceway.com and find out what's happening on each and every night. So
awesome plug for them. I mean, those lights looked amazing.
Yeah. It's I think the figure is over 100,000 lights involved in the full display this year. It might be close to 100.
To steal a few of them and put them around your head.
Yes. Yeah, and actually, I'm gonna do this right now while we got this up. I know I was going to say that I was going to anoint myself head of the table, but you didn't said it was head of the sleigh, so I will become the mighty slayer of the night and do this.
Yeah, you get it because
God, if you will,
because there's a sleigh, you see, and
so
sleigh can mean two different things, and I'm just going to be Norm Macdonald until you put those headphones back on. And, oh my God, they light like that.
They do, yes. I've got different settings. I think I've got this on panic right now. So, oh no, that's panic. Okay. Let me just see what else we got. Oh, that's slow. That's like
that's slow blink.
That's hazard on the highway there.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Panic's okay. No, that was cool.
There, that's solid.
Okay,
That's
don't
what I
electrocute
wanted.
yourself now. No. Make it flash.
You wanted flashing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not hazard lights. There we go. Nope. Okay.
Too
Too
fast?
fast.
Okay. Slow. We are configuring the lights right now, everybody.
There we
For the
go.
Christmas.
We can do.
There we go. Yes. Boom. Got it. Cool. Yes. All right, on. So yeah, if anybody's got any comments,
Tree.
I am a tree. There we go. And I will invite you into my house right now. There we go. Welcome to my humble abode.
That looks confusing as shit.
YouTube has been good this year. No, just kidding. I don't think so, but hey, there we go.
My art on the wall now looks like your art in the wall.
Exactly. And my art on the wall looks like my art on the wall.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, you do. Exactly. Yes, quite. So yeah, like I said, there is it's an all-encompassing kind of Christmas. We are your virtual Christmas party. Let's just put it this way. I started this a couple of years ago for people that don't have work Christmas parties and that stuff, who are subscribers to the channel that want to come by and hang out in the comments and watch us drink and be merry and that stuff. Whether you're non-alcoholic or alcoholic or whatever. I also have the cooler this year, so it's right beside me. So there's a sampling of fine spirits in the cooler that I shall be partaking a little bit in this year. So
oh my god, the fireplace is working.
It is. Yes, the fireplace is right below you. So
it's hot. It's hot.
Do you feel your chestnuts roasting on an open fire there?
Oh god, it's more than just those.
So there we go. Mm-hmm. Yes, you got it. So let me just explain quickly where we're all streaming from or streaming to tonight. We've got both YouTube channels up and running. So Drag Files and the Wrestling Unlimited channel. So it's hello to everybody on both channels. We also got both Facebook groups streaming and up and running. So hello to there. You're watching me through my Twitter account as well, which is the X account, X, Twitter, whatever.
Twitter X.
Yeah. Twitter X. Yes, at Kellen Nitro. For the first time ever, and I hope this is working. There's no way I can really tell, but if you go onto Instagram, I'm on Instagram Live right now with this as well. Same name, at Kellen Nitro, same username, and streaming out to the old freakingnitro.com Facebook page as well. So everybody, welcome. And we also we anticipate more guests coming throughout the show. This is kind of a drop in as you feel type thing. And before we get started, I'd like to say that the man who I stole the concept from, I want to give some well wishes to, I should say, just due to the fact that he has had some health difficulties over the past years and that stuff. And it's legendary Canadian talk show host, sports pioneer, Bob McCowan. He's had a real tough time of it over this year. So I want to wish him and his family a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and all the best upcoming in 2024 and that stuff. He's had a little bit of a health battle this year, but on his old show back in the day that used to be on Sportsnet, I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And Sportsnet, for our American viewers and that stuff, is a kind of a television. Yeah, it's like an ESPN clone, if you will. It's a 24/7 sports network. How would you explain it? You're shaking at me like no.
Well, did you say Sportsnet or TSN?
Yeah, Sportsnet. Yeah, I know TSN is like, I guess Sportsnet would be more like Fox Sportsnet, right?
We basically have two ESPNs in Canada.
We do, yes.
TSN looks a lot more like it and uses all the same music. Sportsnet is kind of its own thing.
Anyway, McCowan had a TV show and a radio show on Sportsnet, and every year at Christmas, he'd get all his contributors from all the sports that he would talk to and that stuff, just kind of in and, just be merry for the entire run of it. for like a day and just not even talk sports or anything like that. It was like usually the day before Christmas, he'd just, get all his reporters together and that stuff, and they'd just go open roundtable on life in general and everything. So and I thought it was like the coolest thing. So that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. Like I said, no rhyme, no reason, just to hang out, just talking. Yeah.
I enjoy.
You do. And like I said, we've got more contributors coming. Yes, go for it.
And I straight up apologize to any of your racing viewers that have never seen your wrestling stuff before, where I am a semi-consistent contributor.
Oh, if you're a if you're a wrestling fan, this is the time where you would go over to a wrestling channel and subscribe and check things out after the stream. So,
and if you're a racing fan, again, I apologize. I'm a bit much.
just a little bit, a little extra, a little spicy. Extra. We got our first comment of the night in. Actually, this comment checked out on the Twitter first, or not on. What am I saying here? Hang on, rewind. Our first comment. This fella checked in at 6:52 Mountain, and we didn't go on air until 7:30. So this individual was really excited that we were jumping on tonight. It's from El Toro 66. Says, "Hey, y'all, listening to my local indie radio station and getting ready for Nitromaniac Christmas style." Yes, thank you very much, El Toro 66, for tuning in. And we'll keep rocking here throughout the evening with some Yuletide Kiltis, which is kind of an old-timey term for Christmassy type stuff.
What did you just say?
Yuletide Kiltis.
One more time.
Yuletide.
No, I got Yuletide. That.
Yes. Kiltis.
I got that. Keltis?
Keltis.
Where did you...
Old English term. Just for old English term, that means regale and be merry and that stuff, and just reverie.
We have modern words for that.
Yeah, but Christmas is a time of year where you bring out all the old English and stuff.
Keltis. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this information, where you got it from, and where do we go from here?
Well, where do we go from here? We just get the snowball going, keep it rolling, keep it going.
In a Keltis fashion.
Yes, in a true Keltis fashion.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I think, listening back to last year's show, and I did that earlier this week, our opening topic was basically Christmas mealtime. And you had brought up the question, when people get their Christmas meals and that stuff, are they a mix everything together and attack the meal that way type person, or do you go piece by piece?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to come up with something similar to that. That would be kind of a discussion point, because that was really that was a really good topic to start things off with last year. Although if anybody's tuning in for the first time and that stuff and wants to attack that topic as well, we're more than happy to go after it, right? So if you want to weigh in your opinion on it, you're a piece by piece person or a mix everything together and then go after the meal type person.
I have a question.
Yes.
Here's my legit one.
Okay.
I'd say 90% of people that do a Christmas meal is going to be turkey.
Yes.
Who actually likes turkey? Because I know a lot of people that do not look forward to that meal. You don't like turkey?
Oh, I love turkey.
Oh,
the
sorry.
Exact opposite. I love her. I love turkey. So it's I'm coming off of. Now, I didn't always love turkey. I hated turkey when I was a kid and when I was in high school and then in my first years in college and that stuff. I developed a little bit of a taste for it. So since then, I'm like, okay, turkey's good. And then over the past few years, I'm like, oh yeah, turkey. Just throw it on everything. Let's go.
Okay. Now this is hella interesting. Okay. I have never heard of anybody acquiring a taste for turkey.
Yes.
Seeing that it is just poultry and it's similar to chicken, but can be much drier.
It's all in the preparation of it. Yes.
Okay, so what got you to change your mind on turkey?
I think just finally, I don't want to slag people in my family for cooking turkey and that stuff or whatever. Maybe they just started cooking it better and it's got a little bit more moisture than it used to when I was a kid or whatever, right? So
interesting.
But that's the big part of the Christmas meal for me is having turkey. Now I will say forever and a day that ham is a superior meat than turkey.
Ooh.
Maybe we could get that going in the comments too. Is that stuff? Do you think ham is the superior meat over turkey, or do you think turkey is the more superior meat over ham?
So ham versus turkey is what we're doing here.
Ham v turkey.
I have an alternative for you. Have you ever had smoked turkey at Christmas?
No, but I've heard it's really good.
It's like ham, but it's made out of turkey instead of pork.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like the same smoky flavor, the same kind of cold juiciness.
Yep.
So think about it. Think about it.
I think I should. Now, the problem is that I don't know anybody with a smoker. So it's like, well, I think I do, but...
Our local supermarkets will put out 2 or 3 smoked turkeys this time of year.
They will, yeah, that's right.
I literally just saw one at our local Sobeys.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
I'm thinking about it.
Into that. I am now. I still have a week of work before Christmas. Like I'm my last day of work, I think it's like the 22nd, and then I'm off for holidays.
Will evaporate the same way that this month and this year.
I know it's been quick, hasn't it? Yes. Yeah.
Like you talking about last year and you doing this extravaganza and talking about this the topic. I swear that was yesterday.
Yeah, it felt like yesterday. So don't forget last year's show was important because it was also the debut on a Nitromaniac TV property of our good friend Craig P. Fraser, who will be joining us hopefully a little bit later on here. So and
was that his debut, really?
That was his debut, yeah. Because you told me, hey, I have a friend that would love to join up with us to podcast and talk wrestling and that stuff. Can he jump in on the Christmas fig? And I was like, well, the Christmas fig is a mail it in Friday, basically. So let's do it.
Right. Oh God, how I regret that. No, I'm kidding. He has been the lifeblood of this year for
he's the all-star, and everybody will enjoy him when he eventually comes. And yes, there'll be a few people that if they show up will be making their debut this year, and there'll be some old favorites as well. Like I said, I've spammed out the invite to literally 15 people today. So,
God dang!
I know we're going to test. We might test the capacity of StreamYard as we're running this.
Let's go for it, man.
Yeah. I want to see how many windows this thing has.
Yeah, we're gonna run this thing like a what is it? Oh no, I fucked up the reference. Never mind.
Yes, viewer discretion is advised. The language is a little bit blue, but that's okay. It's blue like Christmas. Blue.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said that. No. I'm trying not to be so blue.
Mm-hmm. El Toro goes on to add, "Hey boys, how is it in Canada?
Have as many windows as we can, like an East Indian news talk show."
Oh God, yeah, no kidding. For whatever reason, those guys love to multi.
El Toro,
yes. Hey boys, how is it in Canada? Eh? So, I guess he wants to know how it is in Canada. Very brown right now. You'd be surprised at the lack of snow we have up here. Very warm.
It seems as though your video has frozen with cutting audio.
Oh, really? Okay. Let me try and fix that. Is that better?
It's like looking at Matt Hardy version 1.
Oh no.
Wait for it.
Okay. Oh, us too. Okay. Oh, you mean is it just kind of with the weather or what's going on? Yeah, if the video's working fine out there, folks, feel free to drop that in the chat. If it isn't, please let me know otherwise here. Otherwise, I'm going to try and do a couple of adjustments on my side and we'll get it going.
Okay, I think you're good now. The lights are flashing normally.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I think you're good.
Okay, great. That was probably an internet
So
glitch
I
on.
did miss,
So
I missed the question though. What did Mr. El Toro say?
boom, that's it right
Oh,
there.
hey boys, how's it in Canada?
Canada area. Yeah.
um,
Oh, he was
El
talking about the weather. Yeah. And he
El
goes on to
Toro,
add warm and crazy weather. Vid looks fine here. Awesome. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to find out. So thank you very much, El Toro.
and
Yeah.
without, you don't have to be specific, but where's Mr. El Toro from?
Yeah. We can
We'll
yeah.
wait.
You can, yeah. We got time. I got a message from Craig saying he is on his way. So Mr. Craig P. Fraser will be joining us here shortly. His arrival is imminent. So,
I bet you he's going to run to the screen.
yeah. You mean run through the screen? He's going to just Hulk right through it. Yeah.
He tends to do that.
Okay, so there we go. Memphis, Tennessee, USA. Okay, awesome. Hey, great. That's a bucket list place, I should say, that I want to visit is Memphis. Just because it's got like Elvis and all the blues stuff and
bullshit. You're there to see Jerry Lawler stuff.
That too. Yeah, that too. I want to go eat at the King's restaurant. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But it's Memphis.
It is Memphis. Yes.
Okay, El Toro, be real. Can you put up some of the best barbecue joints in or around Memphis?
Yes.
Because I know y'all do some real barbecue.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about Jerry the King Lawler's restaurant. I'm not eating at Graceland. I want some barbecue.
Give us a short list of your come on down, bring a top weapon though. Oh, hey, every community has their own, we have our issues up here too. Don't worry.
Question: El Toro, what's the top weapon?
This is where the
what do you mean by this?
This is where the lost in translation between the wrestling experts and the wrestling fans and the racing fans kind of comes in and that stuff, because he could be talking, legit, like, bring a side piece with you because it's so dangerous down there, or it could be like, hey, bring a race car that could win because they have racetracks out there and that stuff, or who knows, right? This is why it's the goulash that is the Nitromaniac TV Christmas Extravaganza. So, yeah.
Well, all I can say to his first question is Canada is colder and darker than it is in Memphis this time of year.
Yes.
It is kind of warmer than it should be than for where we are.
Yeah.
We're expected to have like mounds of snow everywhere, and it's like melting snow everywhere.
All right.
It's kind of strange.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to bring in another guest that's joining us as well. This is one of the debuts for the first time here on Nitromaniac TV, on Drag Files, and now subsequently Wrestling Unlimited and throughout. I'm going to extend a warm Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to Mr. Lee Kraft. The Monday Morning Racer is joining us.
Hello, gentlemen.
From near Memphis, I guess, or somewhere. How far from Memphis are you? Basically?
Memphis would be probably about 6-7 hours. I'm in the Upton, South Carolina, so around Greenville. If you're familiar with Clemson University, I live in a little town right below Clemson, which is known as Pendleton. So, yeah, that's about Tennessee's longer than people realize.
Yeah.
And you're basically, going right to the Mississippi River. Memphis is on it. And Beale Street is wonderful. I do love going down to Beale Street when I get an opportunity. Make sure don't carry cash. Someone will always try to bum cash off of you. Be prepared to buy someone a drink. They're going to be asking for drinks out there on the street. But certainly great to catch the blues and get some barbecue and enjoy a good meal with some live music there on Beale Street. It's a lot of fun.
Right on. Hey, that it sounds almost similar. Like I was in New Orleans back in 2014. Is it very similar to New Orleans and just kind of the vibe, or does New Orleans have its own kind of aura to it?
I would imagine that New Orleans has got its own vibe to it, though you do have a connection with the blues and especially New Orleans, the jazz. But
Yes.
I have not spent much time in New Orleans proper. Like I haven't done the Bourbon Street tour, if you will. I've been by it, been through it. The most that I have experienced New Orleans would be a nice little coffee shop north of the town. Don't remember the name, but great mural on the side and pretty good coffee. That's about it.
Nice. Yeah. I've stayed off of Royal Street when I was down there. I was down there for WrestleMania 30 back in 2014. So there was
WrestleMania 30. Okay.
Yeah. That was a part of a travel package that the WWE had put together now, so if you could buy through their website and everything. And so they had us stay at I forget the name of the hotel, but it was off of Royal Street. And Royal Street, I think, was like 2 down from Bourbon. It was within walking distance, like easy walking distance, like maybe 700-800 feet from Bourbon Street. So just a crazy time down there. It was a lot of fun. So how have things been, man? The last time I saw you in person was at the anyway.
Yeah, this gentleman's got his hand up.
Yeah. I'm bad with introductions.
That's very Canadian. Like he's like, my hand's up. I'm waiting for my time to speak.
Yeah.
Can I please interject here?
I should do some introductions here first. So Monday Morning Racer Lee Craft. This is Mr. TL. He is one of my co-hosts on the Wrestling Unlimited channel, awesome. In which we hang out after pay-per-views and review wrestling events and so on and so forth. So.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. TL.
My question was, where did you say you're from again? Because you said you're 8 hours from Memphis. Are you closer to Nashville?
Very much so, closer to Nashville. Nashville's probably 5.5 hours for me. So I live in South Carolina, and in the upstate of South Carolina. Around the main principal town would be Greenville, or you can find where I'm at in between Atlanta and Charlotte on I-85 in the middle of the 2 towns.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Okay. So the barbecue around you guys, is it vinegar, mustard, or ketchup based?
Good questions. You go across the country, barbecue is different everywhere, and everybody thinks they've got the best. And I will say that you certainly have areas that do the best of a particular variety of barbecue. I personally am a fan of it all. Let me have it wherever I go. I think barbecue is just good, period. Now, I've had bad barbecue, don't get me wrong, but I haven't had a bad type of barbecue. They're all good in their own way, in my opinion. So the upstate of South Carolina, pulled pork is going to be the preferred barbecue, and you're going to find it to be a mustard-based sauce.
Okay.
Or Carolina Gold, if you will, many may refer to it. Now, you don't take too much north. Go into North Carolina and get around like Raleigh, Durham. I used to live in a small town, Roxborough, where strutmasters.com is based out of.
Right.
They heavily sponsor in drag racing. Well, that neck of the woods, again, pulled pork, but vinegar-based sauce. Very good in its own right, but you don't go that far, and you have a dramatic difference in the nature of barbecue. Now, I'm also very much so tied to Texas. Mama was born and raised in Texas, got a lot of family out there. I love my dry rub brisket. Man, that is so good when it is done just right and it's tender, it's falling apart.
So, or when they do the beef ribs, the big dinosaur beef ribs, ooh,
yeah. Now you talk about beef ribs, so I'm not a big rib guy, honestly. Okay. I prefer other areas. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are like ribs. I'm like, so many times I feel disappointed by ribs. I'm like, that wasn't enough, and it didn't taste that great. Okay, honestly.
Gotcha.
Okay,
but Stanton, Virginia, which it looks like Staunton. There's a U in there, but it's Stanton. It's actually the home of the American Shakespeare Society. You can catch a Shakespearean play in a replica of a Shakespearean theater. They do.
Cool.
It is the way to see Hamlet or Macbeth, unless you go across the pond and see it over there
with a Southern accent.
No, these are trained. they have been able to remove it or at least refine it in a great way. But Stanton, Virginia, there is a place, I believe that it's called the Flour Mill, or it's in an old flour mill. Absolutely the best beef ribs I've ever had in my life. That's coming from a guy who's not that big of a beef individual, big rib individual. And I've had Oklahoma Joe's ribs, which are the top ribs apparently over there in Kansas City. So they beat there. Stanton, Virginia. Market, get there, enjoy it.
Okay.
Definitely. Cool. Now, you guys could be hitting up. You guys could be hitting up the Kansas City area next year, or so we think.
Right. Trying to put out a calendar of what my year will look like. I would love to be able to do that, but there's no way. There is no way.
I've stopped trying to do that like 5 years ago. I was trying to figure out what my calendar will look like from event to event, year to year, whatever. So,
right.
Yeah. Right. So for those coming over from the wrestling channel and that stuff, so Lee himself, Monday Morning Racer, Lee Kraft, runs a very successful racing channel called the Monday Morning Racer. You can check that out on YouTube as well. I have his link linked in my featured channels or whatever on my page. So if you dig my stuff, you'll definitely dig his stuff. You do. Let's see. You're at several NHRA national events. You are the Funny Car Chaos dude, basically the guru for it.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Yeah. And do a lot of top alcohol racing stuff. So dragsters, funny cars, and so on and so forth. Right. So and kind of the driving force of doing some public relations stuff with McKinney race cars now.
Right. So, everything you did there, the rundown is I'm the pit reporter for Funny Car Chaos and Nitro Chaos, handle those duties. And those duties also entail doing some video editing for the YouTube channel and for Facebook and some social media. And then the Monday Morning Racer platform, it's really designed for all motorsports, but certainly very drag racing heavy passion of mine. I did junior dragsters back in the day. I'm getting to that point where I can say that. And with that content, love the nostalgia element. Looking forward to being back at March Meet. That's a plan of mine. But this year, a big hit has been covering Top Alcohol in Top Alcohol Funny Car and Top Alcohol Dragster.
Yes.
So that has been a tremendous hit for Facebook, for the channel, for what I'm doing. It has really helped move my status, if you will, forward in the drag racing world. And then, pairing with a company like McKinney Corp with Murph McKinney, an absolute legend in chassis building that really set the standard in the industry and set up the industry to what it is for this modern day. Working with them has been an honor and a privilege, and have been able to really, I don't want to say put them back on the map. They've done that themselves, but bring some brand awareness that Murph is not dead. Like I literally had people ask, "Hey, didn't Murph die?" No, Murph did not die. He is alive and well. He was actually grinding on a funny car chassis here just a couple of days ago, and you can see that reel on McKinney Corp social medias. But that's gone well. When I got there, I think they were sitting at about 4,000, 5,000 followers, and now it's up almost to 12,000 followers on Facebook and nearing 2,000 followers on Instagram when they were under 1,000. That's going a little slower, but it is trickling. It is moving forward. And just a lot more people are aware that they're still building race cars. They're still functioning as a company. Murph is still alive, and they're able also now to see that they are doing so much more than just race cars. There are so many cool things happening in that shop, from the rocket labs at Purdue to an automated sprayer that goes in fields. And
I saw that. The video of
amazing.
that. It was insane. Them put together that sprayer is just, it's a massive, like that. That's a long apparatus.
Yes.
And those guys just welding on it and putting it together is just insane. So it was, I love that reel. That was some good stuff for sure. So, and so this is basically the Nitromaniac TV Christmas Extravaganza. There's no set topic. There's no set whatever. This is why we've got the wrestling people and the racing people and that stuff. And so we just fire away with everything. But TL has a hand up again. You know, you can just jump in. You don't have to put the hand up.
I could, but there's an issue of time lag, and three of us.
That's a good point.
And a couple of rants. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Gotcha.
maybe a hand up might be, because I tend to cut you off every now and then when you're doing your spiel. So my question was,
yes,
I'm going to throw this grenade into the middle and just see what happens.
Okay.
NASCAR or F1 and why?
Ooh. NASCAR v F1 and why?
As in, who's better? Who?
What's more entertaining?
Right now?
More entertaining. What is more entertaining? I enjoy F1. I grew up on NASCAR. And at this moment right now, I would say that NASCAR, and I imagine you are referring to Cup, the Cup level is more entertaining than Formula One.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Formula One, if it is not dealt with and handled, and you have the mix-up at the beginning of the race, which is seemingly where you're only going to get it out of strange circumstances, the race is decided then, and you have seconds on top of seconds separating the key players in a Grand Prix. You right now go and look at almost any stock car race. Granted, they're not stock cars. That's another debate. But you have an opportunity where there are the possibility of multiple winners. Typically right now, the F1 race, within about 10 laps, you can usually easily pick out that winner of that Grand Prix. The race within the race might be more interesting in F1 of who is going to be able to point and get those positions. But far as overall winner and who is the point man at the end of the day and then on top, I think NASCAR Cup is far more entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I second that for sure. Unless you get a scenario like we did in Vegas with the F1 race where, do you have, I wouldn't even consider it poor track conditions, but just, controversy around the track and that stuff. Then it kind of gets interesting because I feel that the F1 people, F1 fans, I find are a little bit like pro wrestling fans in that they'll complain and about every small detail on a race weekend or whatever, like pro wrestling fans will do on a pro wrestling card. So it's similar in that regard. So obviously with all the online chatter about the Vegas street course and that stuff, that made that event for me a must watch because they were making it sound like these cars were going to wreck on the first corner or, we were going to have mass chaos and hysteria happen, because we had flying manhole covers or something like that during the race or whatever. So, but alas, I watched the Vegas F1 race and none of that happened. So I was like, oh, a little bit of disappointment.
Now, I just thought of something tangenty.
Okay.
Being from South Carolina, close to Nashville and halfway between Georgia, and mom from Texas, that's a big area for pro wrestling back in the day when they all had their own companies and their own talents and their own TV stations, and wrestling meant a lot in those areas.
Oh, yes.
Does that mean anything to you now? Or like wrestling in general?
So modern wrestling right now, I have found it very challenging to get into. But, growing up as a kid, WCW especially, but also WWF at the time. But I was a WCW kid. They would come to Anderson, South Carolina, and oddly enough, it was on like Wednesday nights. They were filming for Saturday night.
Yes.
And WCW would still go to these very small civic centers because Anderson had a small civic center. And, I got to see my favorite tag team go up against at the time who I despised the most, but yet I look back and I think to myself, those are some spectacular matches. Lex Luger versus Harlem Heat at the Anderson Civic Center. Yep. I got to see one of the early matches of the Giant against, a 3 versus 1 with the Snake and other people involved. And he was just choke slamming, throwing everybody around, and Mean Gene, and all those those characters. They were there in Little Anderson at the Civic Center for WCW. So grew up in a household that did watch wrestling because my dad, during that territory time and when he was growing up, he led a rather fascinating life. I keep, would talk to him about what he did and did not do. But at one time, he was actually in pro wrestling. Okay. And he, as wild as it may sound, I believed him because if he ever got a hold of your hands, he knew holds that I don't care who you were. You were on your knees. You were begging for mercy. I mean, he just knew things that you would have to have some ring craft to be able to do. And he related that wrestling, it was never your opponent. You didn't have to worry about your opponent because, we all know it is, you're taking bumps, you're taking hits, but it's choreographed. You know what is going on. There is a plan. Well, he mentioned that it was never the opponent that had to worry about, but there were times outside the ring that you had to worry about the fans.
Yes.
And he did recall, he did mention that there was one old lady with a wooden fold-up chair that did crack him across his back. And his buddy opponent in the ring had to come and basically save him from the old woman that was getting involved. So, the smaller outfits of wrestling, they probably have the greater stories of like wild fan interaction.
They do.
In wrestling matches and people really being invested in the moment and the situation. So, Dad recalls, he remembers when Ric Flair came into the area because, Ric Flair obviously operated in a lot of southern territories more
NWA champion
than any other areas. He remembers when Flair came into the area and then he was like nobody and those type of things. So, love wrestling. Been very hard to get back into it in the modern day and time.
Yes.
But from as a kid in WCW, look, I remember going to the local. So obviously, I'm sure you all remember Blockbuster, but regionally, everybody had different things that you could go that were like Blockbuster. Well, here in South Carolina, we had movies. It was MOO, and it had it was Calfee. Like
the fake from Clerks. That's crazy.
The awning was like Holstein print and everything. And
cool.
The wild cow was wearing theater red and blue glasses. So the movies to go rent movies. And when I would go rent movies as a kid, I didn't want to watch the latest rom-com. I was renting Transformers, the latest Super Nintendo video game, and old wrestling matches.
Yes,
and
exactly.
I love to this day. I watched it over and over. I watched it on YouTube still to this day. One of my favorite matches: Great American Bash, Sting versus Flair, and you've got like the Steiner brothers around the ring, and they're protecting, keeping everybody out. So Sting has a
lumberjack
fair fight.
match. Yep.
Yes, I love that one. I love that one.
Yep.
So,
1990 Great American Bash, Baltimore, Maryland. Yes, it's definitely the match of the night on that card because everything else on there is rather forgettable. So
yeah, but there was a weird. Vader was like really weird in that match. Like he had the full like head thing that had steam coming out of it or something like.
He had just debuted. That's why in WCW, I think like about 6 months earlier or something like that. That was his rookie year. Well, rookie year in quotations, I guess. And he was traveling back from Japan to the States to Japan at the same time. So the Japanese basically created the Vader character because, what's scarier than a mastodon mask with steam and that stuff. Basically, we're trying to make him into wrestling's version of Godzilla, right? So
okay.
Yeah.
So yes, from that time to I remember NWO happening and Rey Mysterio being. I distinctly remember Rey Mysterio being picked up and flung into the side of like a temporary construction.
The dartboard incident.
That's right.
Yeah. That one sticks in my mind.
Yep.
And Sting with the black and the white and his return, and the sale. Steve McMahon, right? Vince McMahon's son. Is it Steve or
Shane?
Shane. Excuse me, Shane.
McMahon,
him showing up to Nitro and all that. I remember that. Love Stone Cold era with Rock and Kane and Triple H. One of my favorite pay-per-views is the pay-per-view that had the Hell in the Cell match with Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Rikishi, and Triple H, if I remember correctly.
And Kurt Angle.
That match.
Yeah, and Kurt Angle was in that.
Yes.
Armageddon 2000.
That was spectacular.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the Royal Rumble that I believe Kane won it, or either was one of the last ones, but they brought out a lot of the old wrestlers, like Honky Tonk Man.
Okay.
And you got the guitar crushed over him, and
I think which one that was. I think you're talking. Yeah, 2001 probably. That's the one that Austin won. Kane was in it the longest, so that's probably where you got.
He was in it so long that his hair dried.
It
was all frizzy.
Complete frizz.
Y'all need to hand him
40 minutes in at that point.
That hair,
just tossing guys over, and it just went. Yeah. There's a review on that's online by a bunch of Irish people or Irish lads, I should say, named OSW Review, and they go in depth right from the beginning of the pay-per-view on, and they have a Kane Frizzometer gag during the match where they just he starts out at 0, and then by the end when he gets tossed out, it's like at a 7 or an 8 out of 10 because he's got like just a massive, like almost hairband hair happening at that point. So, throw a couple more comments here. El Toro 66 loving the stream so far says Memphis used to be a wrestling center. At one time, we had the NWA promoting Terry Hulk Boulder. Yes, the early version of Hulk Hogan. Yeah, Sputnik Monroe was one of the first African American superstars in wrestling. The King, of course. Jackie Fargo. Bill Superstar Dundee at the Mid-South Coliseum, which is a legendary venue too, and that stuff. And just adds like Van Vader. That's for you guys down there. Van Vader was a massive monster, and we didn't get a chance, unfortunately, up here to really take in Vader until he got to the WWF in 1996, and when he started beating up Shawn Michaels and that stuff. I know, but it's the same.
I'm just like homie here, where I used to go to the video store and
there we go.
Whatever I could wrestling.
All right.
It could be WCW. It could have been WWF. Didn't matter. Rented it, watched it, loved it.
Yes. And by the way, El Toro 66, you got a great YouTube profile icon there. Beautiful locomotive.
Yes.
And that icon, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So
right.
Go ahead.
He also asked where you are in relation to Chesney, South Carolina.
It's about an hour and a half, if I remember correctly, north of me. It's a little bit further up there in the horn of South Carolina, if you will.
How about Charleston?
Charleston would be about 3.5 hours south, barely southeast. It's almost straight east.
Okay.
I like how we're dig out a map of South Carolina now and just put Lee's face where he has it. You are here, and then blue.
Right.
Bigger than we thought.
So, For me nowadays, I have found it very hard to. I tell you what, guys. This since we're having this, it all goes. We're having this extravaganza.
Anything goes tonight. We're not calling anything.
The last skit, if you will, that kind of got me out of wrestling. That I was like, guys, this is too far. Like, what are we doing here? Come on, Vince McMahon. We got to pull this back. It was I believe it was a time frame that Kane had the thing going on with the redhead that was associated with the brothers, the Hardy brothers.
Oh, Lita. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Lita. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you had that, and then Triple H has got this weird thing of like someone has died and doing someone in a coffin and the brain.
Katie Vick. Oh my God. Yeah. That's the moment.
Yeah. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
That was Kane had a girlfriend that died at the prom or something.
Yes.
Okay, something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Triple H
died on her. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
a lot of us did that and stopped watching wrestling from that point.
I just have not been able to get back in it. So what I enjoy wrestling wise now is I don't have to go to movies. I just go to YouTube and I watch channels, like with your channel, Kellen, and then many other ones that review old matches and they do the background stories. I find the culture around wrestling so fascinating. Mm-hmm. And actually very similar to the racing culture because it is this traveling circus and it is a hard life on the road and you're always working, and how these men and women do it. Like, how did Ric Flair drink all that he consumed and still looked good and wrestled? How did you do that?
I don't know. I don't understand either. Well, speaking of drink, this stream is also a BYOB stream. So I will crack into my first beverage of the evening here. This is from a local brewery here in Edmonton called the Alley Cat Brewing Company. And this is called the 6 O'Clocker Lager. And so it's a lager beer. It's friends of the channel, Edmonton Sports Talk, endorsed. So kudos to those guys on a launch of this beer. And this beer apparently has been selling out all over Edmonton. Like, it's hard to find a 4-pack of this in our local what we call liquor stores and that stuff up here. So it's a really, this is my first time ever having it, but apparently it's a really nice, smooth drinking beer. And so here's to you guys. Merry Christmas and all of the best in the new year.
Now my question is,
there we go. Oh, that's delicious. I love it.
Nice. Your knowledge of Canada, do you relatively know where Edmonton is?
I do. I have spent time in Canada. I used to live outside of Rochester, New York for a while. So I'm very familiar with Ontario.
Yes.
I've spent some time in Toronto and thoroughly enjoy Toronto. That's a neat city. More people need to make that a place to go visit and experience. Certainly multi-ethnic and multicultural, and also so much history about Europeans getting established in the Americas right there too. Interesting history too concerning the United States of America had this weird fascination of trying to conquer Canada early on. Like, you had nobody to populate all the room you got, and you want to go up here and take Canada. What is wrong with y'all? So, but anyway, everybody, like Americans get ticked off. The War of 1812, the White House is burned. Oh, those British, well, they burnt it because we burnt Toronto. That's why.
Yeah.
Right.
It was retaliation. The Americans did the bad first, if you will. It wasn't the British. So anyway, also found out through the Fort York, I think that's correct, Fort York, in Toronto, that found out American Civil War history at the fort. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I'm in Canada.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that, but there you go.
Yeah, I'm learning something about the American Civil War that I don't even know, and I'm a rather big American Civil War buff, but the Confederacy had ships on the Great Lakes doing raids
Mm-hmm.
And there was even sabotaging of railroads in like Buffalo, New York. Like, what?
I know.
So yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Learned that through Canada, not in America. I had to go to Canada to learn that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's amazing.
Hey, I got a question.
Okay. All right.
When was the last time that a Canadian sports team won something?
Go back to the Raptors, I guess, with the NBA championship in.
Okay, Raptors. Okay. Which
was it? 19? Yeah.
Which
2019.
is one reason why I went to Toronto. I went to go watch the Atlanta Hawks play the Raptors.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was cool. Cool. Very nice stadium there that the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Raptors play in. That's nice.
Oh, speaking of, this is a great segue here because we got Mr. Toronto on the line here coming in. So, joining us is the all-star of these past few Christmas extravaganzas. He is also the co-contributor on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited when we do our classic Nitro takes where we look at old pay-per-views and that stuff. He is he's the star on the top of our Christmas tree. It is Mr. Craig P. Frazier joining us tonight.
Go Leafs, go! Go Leafs, go! 7-0. Fuck you, Pittsburgh.
No, that's like I said. The language is blue, so there we go.
This
oh no!
do
I have to watch myself?
No, it's okay. It's a Christmas stream. You can do whatever you want. It's fine. Okay. But so Craig, meet Lee Kraft, the Monday Morning Racer. Lee is a friend that I've met through doing the Drag File stuff and everything. He has his own channel, and we were hanging out in California here a few weeks ago and that stuff, shooting some racing and that stuff down there. And you know Mr. TL, unfortunately. So there we go.
We go back.
We go back. That's right.
We do. Yes. Yeah. So, welcome to my Christmas house.
This is pretty Christmassy. I like
it. Is very Christmassy. Yes, definitely.
This is great.
So, so how you been? What's new? What's been happening with the Frage?
Well, big things happening here. No, working away. I've been doing some more podcasting and released one recently from the Not So Secret Diary, the podcast I do with my buddy Matt Tischek. Cross country, he's out in New Brunswick, and I'm of course here still in Edmonton. And then doing some LARP rules, owning in because I run a LARP with my two friends, and we're kind of whittling away, adding in some new rules. We had great success. Ty's coming next year.
We're trying to get TL out to the LARP. Yeah.
Yes, you're coming, Ty. You're coming. I swear to God. I'm gonna give you an axe.
Be in LARP.
You would give you an axe, and we'll run around, and I'll just say, hit that guy, and you're gonna get hit.
That's the rule. Yes.
We all know what we're doing in there. It's a good time.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Our people didn't exist during LARP days.
Sure did.
Wow.
You come in as like a Rajput warrior. We'll give you like the sick. we got the gold chain. We got the gold chain link. We'll put you in that.
Okay. Really?
Yes.
We have a shirt of gold chainmail. It looks pretty wicked.
Why? I don't want to know. Never mind that. I don't want to know.
It's cool, Ty. You'll love it.
So I get to ride in on an elephant.
I don't have an elephant budget. I can't just get elephant.
And it sounds like, unfortunately, the closest elephant to us is going to kick off here in the next year or so.
I was just thinking you would look dope in a.
We have an elephant in our zoo, and it's not doing well.
A gold chainmail kit. Did you just think of like the entrance of Aladdin? Is that where you went with the elephant? See, no, I don't have elephant money.
No, because Aladdin is Middle Eastern.
Because he's from Agrabah. Yes.
Yeah, that's the Middle East.
Well, then
the whole riding an elephant thing, that's regular standard shit in India.
Well, I guess you could do. You could come in Hannibal.
And Africa.
You could do Hannibal, Carthage. That's pretty dope.
What?
Hannibal, attack Rome.
What the fuck?
Hannibal had war elephants.
We had regular elephants.
You had war elephants. They're more than just
we did have war elephants.
Yes,
they were armored elephants, Ty.
exactly. So, but yeah, I listened to the latest episode of your podcast you threw up, Craig, and it was the Christmas ads that you guys put together were second to none. They were delicious. Yeah,
they were pretty. I was pretty happy about it. I put all my heart and soul into it, and I spent about 10 minutes on it.
Yeah.
So,
so okay. Now we got a couple of more contributors on. We can re-ask the question that we asked earlier in this stream. We are the food debate for this year's Christmas extravaganza is ham v turkey. Which one is the superior meat?
For Christmas.
For Christmas, yes, for Christmas dinner.
Yeah, not every day, because turkey, you don't eat it every day. You never eat turkey.
Well, we'll let the representative from South Carolina take the floor here.
Well, my family, Christmas, it's always been ham. So ham for Christmas. Thanksgiving is turkey. Granted, this year, me and Mom, we just went with chicken, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because traditionally Thanksgiving, it certainly turkey was on the menu, but you look at the first several Thanksgiving. I mean, lobster was on the menu. You had quail on the menu. Venison was on the menu. It was a very different meal than the modern Thanksgiving fare. So Christmas ham. I will say though, I think it's proper, especially Christmas, to explore some other fowl, and that's not a fowl to do so. Like duck, I think duck's a good option.
Yes,
or pheasant as well. Mr. TL, hand up again. Come on,
again.
Let's go.
I did have my hand up. Did you know here in Canada, our Thanksgiving is in October, not November?
I know y'all have different days for the holidays, and what
that might be the only
Boxing Day. What's Boxing?
Yes, Boxing Day is a national holiday here. Yeah,
I think it's just
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. So
yes, and it's a national holiday. Yeah,
yeah, everything goes on sale because Christmas is done. So it's just a mad dash for whatever you want to get.
It sells Black Friday.
Basically,
yeah, but this happens after Christmas because you missed it. You missed the mark.
Yeah,
so everything goes on sale now.
And the same deals that you can see on Boxing Day go the entire week right up to New Year's. It's now a boxing week up here. It's the
just
boxing
like
Black Friday week down here now. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So it's just on borderline insane on the 20th. There's people that will line up outside of like Best Buy and Walmart and that stuff on Christmas Day at like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. So they'll have their Christmas dinner, then head right out to Walmart or Best Buy and that stuff, and get in line for a 6 a.m. opening so they can get the 60-inch TV for $100 or whatever it is. Like it's just insane. We haven't got to the point where we're stampeding people to death yet up here, but it's gotten close. So
that is American retail though.
Yes, yeah.
I was in Best Buy actually in November. They had the Black Friday sale, and there was a guy because I was looking at Christmas gifts for because we draw names on my wife's side. Yeah, and I was looking for something for her stepdad, and I was in there, and there was a guy trying to get a TV, but he was just like, he's like, I'll take the floor model. The guy's like, well, it's gonna be a long time. He's like, get a screwdriver, I'll do it.
Dang.
He's like, I'll unscrew it. And they're like, yeah, he's like, well, we'll figure this out. So like unscrewing this TV. The guy's like, well, he's like, do you want a box? And the guy's like, you just want to huff it into the truck with me? The guy's like, yeah, let's do it. He just scans the barcode. He just like, they're carrying out raw TV with the cables dangling. He's like, that's good.
That's so I want this deal. This is my deal. I'm not losing my deal.
That's right.
I don't need the box anyway. I'm not going to use it when I get home.
Yep.
Worked.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You had to carry it through the slush though. That was the tricky thing.
Well, that's the thing is this year, if you do it, I don't think there's going to be any slush to be around. We had talked about that earlier too. Looks like it's going to be a brown Christmas up here. It's insane. So
it is. It's been pretty dry.
We're having the same weather right now that we typically would get in October.
Yeah. And
usually right now we would have at least what would it be? Maybe 3-4 inches of snow on the ground at least.
That's a foot.
Yeah.
It's
like a
melted
foot.
too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But it usually, because it's October can be pretty nice, and then it's always November. It just goes to shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like it'll be +6 Celsius. Sorry, Celsius, which is around, so we're talking about around 38, 30, 34, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it's just like the next week, it's like, all right, well, we got a foot of snow coming, and then it's -25.
Yeah.
You're like, what? What?
Gotcha.
How does that make sense?
Right.
Which is also -25 in Fahrenheit.
Every time I visited Toronto, I lucked out and got the weather pretty good. It was either right after a snow and it was all settled and plowed and everything looked good, or it was fairly comfortable. But when you're near one of the Great Lakes, you live and die by it. It just the weather they produce, it is just strange.
They get that's the old Gordon Lightfoot song and the Wreck of the Emin Fitzgerald.
Yeah, man.
The winds of November come slashing.
I'm sorry. How did the dude from South Carolina know a song that I didn't know that was Canadian?
It was a worldwide hit. That's why.
It was.
That was one of his worldwide hits.
Yeah, and the Edmund Fitzgerald is probably the most well-known, possibly the greatest, at least to the American side, shipwreck of them all. It's also probably the most mysterious. I mean, there's still many debates on what did or did not happen to that particular ship. It was the largest on the American side, and it went down, and it's one of those that should never went down, type of situation.
It was like the Titanic for freighters, basically.
Yeah, there you go. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that'd be a great way to put it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's been so many close lyric references to that song because the ship. That's the lyric is the ship was the pride of the American side.
Yes,
yeah.
Because it left with did it leave Ohio or did it leave Wisconsin? And it was coming through Superior.
Yeah, some mill in Wisconsin.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. And to get back to our temperature dilemma here. So currently where we're at, it's +3, which equates out to 37, almost 38 F. And we're not forecasted to have a day that's going to be about 20 F until the new year, looking at the long range.
Really?
So, yeah. So we're going to be in the 30s over the next couple of weeks or so.
Y'all are holding out, but when it does come on,
it's gonna hit like a truck. Yes,
it's not gonna be the gradual one.
No, we're gonna go from 0 to 300. Just
we're used to it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just insane stuff. So, yeah. But everybody who's tuning in, welcome to the Nitromaniac TV's 2023 Christmas Extravaganza, the annual roundtable of contributors and friends of myself and the channel that are tuning in from across the board and everything. So we've got Mr. TL and Craig P. Frazier from the Wrestling Unlimited channel joining us, and I've got my buddy, the Monday Morning Racer, Lee Kraft, joining us as well. Doing some collaboration. This is the first time I've had a chance to jump on stream with him. On my channel, and in the past, I think we've tried to get things going for the stuff that he does as well, and it just, for whatever reason, schedules haven't worked out and that stuff, whatever. And that's my New Year's resolution, Lee, is to actually be able to show up in person on one of my guest bookings on your stream in 2024.
It will happen. It will happen. And I might even do. Usually around this time I do something on my channel too, and have a bunch of drag racing people come on and might even do that depending on guests and
definitely drop a line
and don't have. So I just looked at the map and I love my road trips, and man, a road trip to Edmonton would be epic from South Carolina. It'd be cool. Yep, that would be great.
Give me a list.
Drive to London, England.
London, England. Yeah.
It might be the same distance.
Well, driving there would be a bit of a challenge all the way. But I have done that trip, and interestingly enough, like a tip to anyone out there, if you're close enough to Canada to take a flight from Canada to Great Britain, do that. It is significantly cheaper.
Yep.
Like, really? When I lived way cheaper. When I lived outside of Rochester, it made more sense for me to go to Toronto 3.5 hours and get on a flight from there to go over to Great Britain instead of anywhere out of the U.S. because the cheapest flight I could find was like $1,200, and out of Canada, round trip was $700 with Air Canada.
Wow.
And plenty of snacks. Stewardess were hot, and then the trip back, it was everybody was going back to Quebec, and everybody was speaking French, and the wine was flowing. I'm like, this isn't bad at all.
There you go. That's all you need.
So
that's all you need.
Parlez-vous français assez autrement?
You didn't say a damn thing just now.
Oui, j'ai pas français assez petit peu. J'ai étudié l'école pour 8 ans. C'est transaction.
So
you don't believe that.
Sometimes.
I was gonna say, for the Americans tuning in, that's our version of SAP on the remotes is en français. So
Tabarnak. My sister-in-law is from Montreal, so I have to brush up.
Yes. I almost had a guest booked tonight too to jump on from Montreal. One of our friends from the channel here, shout out to Erica, who's the producer for the International Wrestling Syndicate out of Montreal. Wanted to come on, but she has another event tonight, so we're gonna aim for 2024 on the Wrestling Unlimited channel to get her on. But she wanted to wish Merry Christmas to everybody here in SF. But I wanted to get the Habs fan and the Leafs fan head to head, one-on-one, kind of pre-Christmas forever rivals type thing.
It would have been the end of the podcast for me. I'll never forget. I was in Mexico once, and this guy walked up. I was wearing my Leafs trunks, and he had a
Leafs trunks.
And like one of my good buddies is a big Habs fan, so like we always we bet $20 on every time they play, and we never pay each other. It's just for bragging rights, I think. But we were there, and this guy walks up. He has a Habs hat on, and I was like, oh, here we go. I was expecting like, oh, look at the Leafs trunks or something, but he just walked up and he was from Quebec.
Yeah.
And so he was just like, I see you're wearing your Maple Leafs trunks. My hat is better now. And I was like, oh my God.
Here we go.
On. You and me, buddy.
All right. So when it comes to hockey in Canada,
yes.
Look, I'm sure there are intense rivalries. I get that.
Oh, there are, yes.
But at this point, does all of Canada need to work together to actually win the dang cup again? And
it seems like it.
I mean, well, what's going on, guys?
Well, it'll never happen, but sure. I mean, from the outside, I can see that. Sure.
In my opinion, it truly doesn't matter because 80% of the NHL is Canadians, anyways.
Okay.
Oh, that populated teams, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're taking that route that we're all Canadians on the other teams anyway. So therefore, we win by default. It comes back to Canada.
It's never bothered me. Like, I mean, the Leafs haven't won since '67, so I'm like, I don't care. Like my entire life is depression.
And your father's life,
right?
And your uncle's life,
Montreal
and your
Toronto.
uncles.
Yep.
Everybody, nobody's seen it.
Hey,
got it.
Hey, Ty. The last time the Oilers won, I wasn't even alive yet.
It sounds like
what
Boston Red Sox fans or Cubs fans. You
were, but
yeah,
you say pot beat kettle. That's all I'm saying.
So
what are you talking about? At least my kettle's electric. Yours is done on a stove made out of iron.
Back in the way it was supposed to be.
So to outline this argument for the general viewer. So Fraser's Maple Leafs haven't won the Stanley Cup since 1967. Myself and TL's Edmonton Oilers haven't won the Stanley Cup since 1990. So
who's been closer since?
The Oilers have actually made a cup final in the past 25 years. Yes. Yeah.
Did they give a trophy? Did they give a trophy for second place? I didn't.
They do. It's called the
conference. I don't know. Did they give a trophy for getting kicked out of the first round of the playoffs every season?
No, because there would be no trophy for that.
So,
I would never celebrate.
It would just be a Maple Leaf guy choking like this.
So y'all are telling me that as a Carolina Hurricane fans, I'm the closest one to a cup at this point.
You've actually, and you beat us in 2006 for the cup, yes. So,
but the team is comprised of nothing but Canadians and Russians, more than likely.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. And right now, a bunch of Finnish people.
Yeah, and you have some good Finnish players on the Carolines.
A lot of good Finnish players, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, the Finnish player is typically your goalie nowadays because that's a goalie factory is Finland. So.
Great. It's all I need in my life. More Scandinavian references. So,
the Vikings are coming, Lee. It's the Viking Revolution.
I tell you.
Well, between Craig's build and your beard, there you go.
Hey, I tell people all the time, you can look at me and tell that, my ancestry was on some island somewhere way up north and, contemplating how to get across some vast body of water, more than likely.
Try to figure
and
out
my
which
ancestry
animal
are
you're going
people
to
in an
skin
island near
tonight.
the equator.
Yes.
I just
And
thought you tan
if
well.
we had Darren on, we definitely know where his ancestry was.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, I threw an invite out to Darren, and the dude.
Darren's traveling. Darren's traveling.
I know
he either needed, after his PRI adventure, check in with the doctor. So
okay. So it's like that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Say no more. I
saw
one
from
LA. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Darren
kept
was
cutting
on
in and
last
out
year's
because he's
show.
trying to use his phone.
Yeah. So he was on last year's show, and
he kept cutting in and out.
Yeah, because he was on the move again
using his
that day.
phone.
We did meet up in person, so I can confirm. Yes, he does exist. He is not, a figment of a fake internet, persona or something like that. There is a Darren Williams Jr.
Hey, AI is getting so good, you never know. I mean,
that's true, right?
You got to meet people in person.
That's right. So, but man, he was just that was a highlight of the year for me, was coming down to Pomona in LA County there and hanging out with you, Lee, and hanging out with Darren, and just checking out that race just from front to back. That was such a wild and amazing weekend, and it's definitely I've put it up there in one of my top 5 just sporting experiences I've ever had, let alone racing experience and that stuff. I had a blast that night, or that weekend, I should say. So.
And it was cool. It was very cool to see. It was very refreshing to see. Yeah. I have been, now it's coming on year 5, year 6 in motorsports media and traveling the country. And though I am ecstatic that I'm doing what I'm doing, it's human nature. You become accustomed and content and even disgruntled, even when you're doing something that is fascinating and cool. Mm-hmm. And it was refreshing to see your excitement around the event. And it was a healthy reminder of, hey, this is cool, and getting to do this and be a part of this is a privilege and an honor. And it was cool to see your enthusiasm over the entire event, because the NHRA finals, you are truly crowning world champions. And it is a spectacular event. There's so much life that has been brought back into that old drag strip at the Fairplex because of In-N-Out Burger, and just having In-N-Out Burger there. It's such Southern California there in everything, with all the hot rods, the drag cars, the people, the San Gabriel Mountains in the background. You got In-N-Out Burger right there at the drag strip. It's just it.
Yep. And TL's lost in translation here, so he has a question.
Is In-N-Out Burger really that good?
It is good. I do not rank it as the top burger fast food wise. The top burger, in my opinion, fast food wise, is Whataburger, which you're going to find.
I was just going to say Whataburger.
Yeah, in Texas, Louisiana, a little bit bits parts, Louisiana, Oklahoma, those type places.
Okay. And I'll add, TL, that In-N-Out Burger is their equivalent to our Canadian A&W, basically in burger quality.
They have A&W as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. But
it started in the States. Isn't it American? I thought A&W was American.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but it's the brand name, right? So the American A&W is slightly different than the Canadian A&W.
I would agree with that, because I would not rank American A&W with In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
In-N-Out Burger would be above A&W.
Yeah.
Here. So certainly you've got some quality differences there. But I will say, my experience going over to Great Britain, I saw a McDonald's. And I'm like, okay, I'm in Southern England and there's a McDonald's. I'm an American. I've got to try a McDonald's over in England.
Exactly.
And I go and I bite into it, and I tasted the same great trash that is McDonald's.
It's a worldwide phenomenon.
Yes. So if you need fine trash throughout the world, McDonald's can supply your nourishment of fine trash.
Yeah.
Although in Trinidad and Tobago, the McDonald's does taste different.
Really?
Well,
okay.
Yeah, it does.
What else is on the menu? What is different? Do you recall?
The chicken nuggets were different.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when McDonald's launched like McCafe, which is like all of their dessert products to like go up against Starbucks?
Right.
It was an all out, like they had cakes and pastries and pies and stuff. So they had a little bit more than that.
Interesting. Which for McDonald's apparently has got a new combatant, if you will, against Starbucks, Cosmos or something like that. They're going to be coming out with a brand new chain, and it is just like a coffee house, but under the McDonald's umbrella.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, the McDonald's burger did taste different.
The evil red and yellow empire is attempting to advance its posts even into the coffee world.
El Toro 66 says he's going to go cook me up a couple 2 prime AA beef fat burgers on there. So getting him hungry, I guess, going to fire the grill up. So there we go.
Fat burger.
Oh, and Tim Hortons. Don't start with Tim Hortons. Dude, the quality at Tim's has gone downhill. It's terrible. It's trash now.
Man, I love me a honey dip donut and some coffee with cream, man. That was
Oh, does McDonald's have the same nickname in the States as it does here? Because I have a few American friends, and we always call McDonald's McDicks. Do you call it down there? Because I was in Denver and I was with my friends. I was like, let's get McDicks, and they're like, what are you talking about?
No. I don't refer to it in any of its slang variety, but Mickey D's would be the one that I have most commonly heard. Wow.
McDicks. They're calling it McDicks, dude. It's the best.
I've got to use that. I am appropriating this Canadian. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
You have full endorsement from us to do so.
No, McDicks does not sound like a fast food restaurant. It sounds like something else that will get you a quick turn. That's what it does. Like.
It's an Irish gay bar.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It does. Wow. Probably like downtown Chicago or Boston or something. Man.
Their arches go the other way.
I'd check it out.
Oh man. Wow. Yes. So as you can tell, folks, it's completely unhinged. There's no set topic tonight. This is the Mail It In Friday of every stream that I do basically throughout the year. This year is the Christmas extravaganza, and it is truly an extravaganza. So the wrestling boys will know this one. I gotta fit this gag in because I do this every single stream. Undertaker, yes, joining us right now is the Nitromaniac TV's Undertaker. Below is the facts and figures of the first Christmas, which took place at 12:25:0 in some random manger beside the inn in Bethlehem, West Bank, Palestine, back in the day.
Oh Lord,
or what is currently West Bank, Palestine. That's kind of being disputed right now, but there we go. So
careful.
No, yeah, very careful. Yeah, very careful. So
many things I need to correct, and I'm just not going to do it.
So there we go.
My head is literally popping off my body right now.
Yeah, the first Christmas is an interesting. Well, it wasn't in December.
Yes.
There's like no way it's in December.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
yeah, for sure. And there's interpretations too that if you follow, what is it? Is it the Judean calendar? It's January. One of the calendars, it's January, like early January.
It does depend. Most people, they're gonna put it in just around like where we even understand Easter to be.
Gotcha. Okay.
Very similar to there. But when you look at the scripture, the reason for that is the shepherds are out at night, and people like to think of like Israel, that it doesn't get cold and it's a desert. No, it gets cool there, and it can get cold. They can get snow, depending in the higher elevation. So if you've got December and it's cold, the shepherds probably aren't going to be out at night in that situation and just hanging out in the fields. And you got those type of things. So then people dive in further, and like, when was the census called, and traveling, and blah blah blah. Blah.
Exactly. So
it being around December, it might be a nice gesture. Obviously, it was appropriated to give people who had converted a different time to celebrate something they had been used to, because people don't want to get rid of old stuff they've been used to for a very, very long time, just like people in churches today. Anyway, but there you go. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And
Cole's notes.
Christmas was always commercialized, because when Jesus was in the manger, 3 dudes burst in and said, "I got you this," and they each had something to give him.
Well, and even that's a bit of a misnomer, because that interaction takes place when he is a young child, not actually when he's an infant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not that scene.
It's something that's lost in translation for years. Yes, I got you.
Yeah, it's you look at the narrative, and it's a smashing of it together to make it more effective for your in-home playwright and the Christmas pageant that you're putting on. But no, they arrived after the fact, because they saw and they're like, "Oh, let's go," and they bring these gifts, and he would have been, I don't know, probably 3, 4. That's the estimated age.
Yeah, and also it wasn't 3 wise men; it was just wise men. We don't know how.
Right.
We have no idea what the number is.
We don't know how many. We don't know how many. It was not 3. It was wise men, and 3 might be a good representation, at least because of the gifts. But it was probably an entire entourage, because you got to remember they're expecting to come to a king. It would have been almost a royal emissary, if you will.
Just a mob of people just come into this random barn.
Well, I mean, honestly, and that's why Herod was so upset. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Who are what king are y'all talking about? I'm the king. I mean, Caesar is the big dude, but I'm the king over this area. What's going on? Why aren't y'all paying me homage?
Yeah.
That's why you've got that situation. And if any of y'all may be wondering, like, why do I know what I know? I have reverend tacked to my name as well, so I've pastored churches and things of that nature. So it's something that
you've done some theology study in the past,
right?
Yes,
right.
Okay.
Wait, you're Reverend Lee?
Yes, Reverend Kraft. Yeah.
Oh, Reverend Kraft. Okay.
Yeah. Technically.
Okay. Strange off-tangent question, because I'm the only Christian apparently beyond these 3.
Outlaw Catholic, so go ahead.
Sorry.
Catholic, that's funny.
I'm the pro modified of Catholics.
If you're Protestant, you're outlaw Catholic. No, I'm joking.
True that. Anyways, but what denomination are you?
So denomination-wise, I would, my papers, if you will, are with the Southern Baptist Convention. Granted, even in Southern Baptist circles, there is not this set dogma that you've got to adhere to, except some very basic elements of like the inherency of Scripture, the sinless nature of Christ, things like that. So there's people that would be very hard. The first Christmas was in December, and I'm like, probably not.
No.
Gotcha.
Or and also, Craig, the gifts were symbolic of what would be his life and death.
What did the Romans
not go? Huh?
What did the Romans give him?
Death.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you can't take that back, too. There's no
a very, very excruciating death, and we actually get that word "excruciating" from the pain of the cross. It's describing that. Very, very painful.
Wild.
I can't imagine. Yeah, humans have come up with some weird ways to kill other humans.
Yeah, this stream has gone to a part where this stream usually does go to a part where I didn't figure it going. I didn't figure talking about the theology around Christmas and that stuff was going to be the direction we were going tonight.
You brought up the Undertaker with Palestine.
I did. Yeah, that was a bad mix on my. Exactly. Usually it's like we get Craig on his. Okay, Craig, do funny voices. Yay!
You know what? This has been a very Southern thing. We've talked barbecue, wrestling, cars, and now Christianity. If you throw in like guns, we got it.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So there we go. But
throwing guns and some I don't even have a reference for country music. Some country music person, and yeah, it's a full Southern.
Something Carrie Underwood, I guess. So
Carrie, why'd you pick Carrie? Ugh.
Probably because that was the last country music song I heard leaving work the other day. So I work at my day job is I'm a studio producer for a bunch of radio stations here in town and that stuff. And the building that the radio stations are in, we have a talk radio station, we have a news talk station, which they're two completely different things. We have a country music station, and then we have one that's kind of a mixture of like pop, 80s and 90s pop music that they play.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like not even hot AC. It's just a mixture of everything from the pop genre in the 80s and 90s that they play on that station. And I work with the one that does all the sports coverage and news talk and everything. So it's one of the older stations in the city. We have something up here called heritage designation for radio stations. So that station has a heritage designation, which means it can never be wiped off the air at all. So whoever buys it has to operate it as a radio station. If it's not
Garth Brooks, that's who I was thinking. Sorry.
Thanks, Tom.
Nice. Well done. Yes. Sure.
Wait, okay, hold on. Southern country question. Because Garth Brooks can still sell the entire football stadium of 60,000 people here. Can he still do that in the South, or is he kind of done?
I would imagine so. Yeah, if he comes out as Garth Brooks and not as his failed other musical venture, then
Chris Gaines.
Thank you. Yes, he probably would still sell out arenas and certainly probably an older crowd. But I mean, I have friends who like Garth Brooks. I like some of his songs.
Yeah,
but on country music, I don't feel like it's been country for a very long time.
It's not. It's more kind of. It's a lame attempt at almost alternative rock now. Not even. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your music genre of choice?
Oh, wow. So
and we can go around the table on this one.
Sure.
Right. But see, it's very hard for me to zero in on. My playlist on Spotify goes from Sam Spence, who did like the NFL film scores.
Oh, those are awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
To Prince and Purple Rain, and then to Metallica, and then Johnny Cash, and then Lady Gaga. I mean, it's all over. I mean,
gotcha.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Blues, jazz, heavy metal, alternative rock, country music. I mean, everything.
I could totally picture you in the rental car or whatever, pulling into a race venue and that stuff, and the music with the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field playing for this.
yes, it's and people don't realize those sounds. Sam Spence and NFL films.
Yeah.
He really defined a generation, and he did more composing than most of the great composers combined.
Yes. Yeah.
It is phenomenal what he was able to, and there's certain sounds that, at least for an American watching football, that I hear and I just associate with football instantaneously.
Yeah.
And it's his sounds.
There's music that he composed and produced that before NFL Films got the exclusivity for like hundreds of news channels, and that's like local news channels would use for their sports highlight packs and just imaging and that stuff, even for commercials and everything like that. It's just like you go and scour YouTube and find a commercial break for meet the Chicago Bears at a Chicago mall or something like that, and the music that's going on in the background, that stuff, right? So it's like, how could they pass with that, right?
What was that?
That was my poor attempt at the NFL film soundtrack, which is...
I actually have a better question to twist this around, because I think I know what everybody kind of listens to. What do you not listen to? What is off your playlist? Stuff you're like, don't like it, not my flavor. I cringe if someone else is playing it. I'm gonna, what's the off list? And this goes around the table. I want to hear everybody. What's your off list?
Yeah, for me, probably modern country, to be honest. Just I can't wrap my head around what they're doing. Like what Lee had said earlier, as I can't wrap my head on what these acts and what these musicians and that stuff are trying to be. If they're trying to be like alternative, or they're just trying to be like party bands, or they're trying to be like folk songwriters, or what they are. It's just I can't grasp any. Like I got invited out to a country music concert over the summer, and there were two bands playing that I can't remember who they were, and I think one of them was like extremely hyper local to Western Canada or to Edmonton and that stuff. But the headliner was the James Barker Band, and they are kind of a country music band, but they spent half of the set doing cover versions of alternative rock songs. They did Blink-182, they did Green Day, they did it was confusing to me, because it was like, okay, you're supposed to be a
band after the guy from Price is Right.
That's Bob Barker.
Oh, right. Okay.
This is
Wow. What a swing and a miss.
By the way, folks, I'm the only one partaking in any alcoholic beverages right now at the moment. And
well, I got a whole liquor cabinet behind me if anyone wants me to pour something.
But anyways, yes. So, but
Craig's
turn. So
I don't listen to everything that's not the Madden NFL 2000 song by Ludacris. That is the only song I listen to.
Shut up.
You want to come on the field and put on a skirt if you want to get out here and want to get hurt? That goes. That song goes. Harder than hard, tougher than tough. Blah! Like the old Ludacris.
How did you make that sound country?
Blah! I don't know. I just tried.
Got a little twang to it.
No, for me,
you made that sound country as hell.
For me, I think, I mean, not to be the broken record, but like modern country music. I think partly like if you put on some Willie Nelson or like Tom T. Hall, by the time I get to Memphis, like that's just a great song, And like Johnny Cash, because I don't even know if he's country. Like he's just Johnny Cash.
He's the first rapper.
He was kind of like the old school rock and roll
guy.
Yeah. So like I love some of that stuff, and I mean, my wife likes country sometimes too, but like if you put on some, like Ian Tyson's a Canadian legend, and little Alan Jackson here and there, like that's there's some good stuff there, but mostly it's like, if somebody puts on Luke Bryan, I'm gonna go Postal, like
right.
Shake it for me, girl. I'm like, I'm gonna shake something. But that's just because I don't know. Overall, my go-to is metal music, and the heavier, the deathier, the better for me.
Same. Yeah.
I want to hear Molten, coming out of the headphones. That's just for me. But I mean, I go to rap too. Like I like old school hip hop. I like Public Enemy, NWA, You know, I'm trying to think now. Ice Cube when he went solo, Snoop Dogg and Nas, you know, and Dre.
Where was all this when we used to hang out? All you ever played was just Slipknot shit. Where was this?
Because I did that to annoy you, Ty. I would be like, hey, this band's called this, because you're like, I knew you're a rap guy. You're just, I was just like, this band's called Rammstein.
Hey, you want to hear this song? How about this one?
Because you'd be sitting in the car and you're just,
oh, can't see it is. Oh, this band.
We're going past cops and you're like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not me doing it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Worst.
Man.
So Lee, what's the one genre of music that you try to avoid at all costs? If at all
I could echo modern country as many. Apparently the panel is unanimous just about that. Modern country, it just has lost its way.
It has. Yeah,
but
it really has. Yeah,
I'll go a different route.
Sure.
There is one genre that I just cannot listen to, and that is modern day rap. Old rap, old hip hop, you know, like Craig was mentioning, man, I put that on, I go work out, and man, I enjoy it, you know, like Outkast, those guys, and Dre and Snoop Dogg, and you know, even Will Smith back in the day, I like some of his stuff, and LL Cool J and blah blah blah, you know, but the stuff now, like, what are y'all saying?
Yeah,
you're mumbling sounds over beats. Like what?
It's a new style of it, I guess. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Unfortunately, that's the Southern influence on hip hop, where they just want to mumble how they're taking drugs over the same beat.
I don't know how the Dirty South went to this, you know, mumbling South. I don't know how that happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that out of Atlanta mostly, Ty? Like, is that like where the mumble rap comes from? Is it Atlanta?
Yep. I don't know if it was Migos or Future, but one of them started doing the mumble rap, and it just caught on for way too long.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Like, I don't know what the hell Lil Uzi Vert is saying. I don't know what all
Kendrick's
the rappers suck.
Kendrick's good.
Kendrick is the only standout, and that's because he sounds like where he comes from, which is Compton.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's like the only lasting lineage of what was great hip hop.
Yeah.
Like,
always got that one. Always got that one.
Which is why he was part of the Super Bowl halftime. What was it? Not this past year, but the year before, right?
That's right.
Yeah. The one with Dre and Eminem and
because like, they're all signed under.
Go ahead.
I don't know what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Okay. I would say right now in country, I think Cam is still carrying on good country music with the song like Diane and the one about the flames in the burning house. And then I think there's one fella, he's a Canadian actually, if I remember, Colton Wall, if I remember.
Okay.
Coulter Wall, yeah.
Coulter, yes.
Coulter Wall.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's almost folk artist.
Yeah.
Almost, but definitely
he's good.
Got that country vibe and got some great music, you know. So you got some folks still carrying it, but they're not mainstream for sure.
Fun fact about Coulter Wall is he's from Saskatchewan, which is the province that's right next door to us to the east. Do you know who his next door neighbor is?
No.
Brock Lesnar.
Really?
Yes, because Brock Lesnar moved up to Saskatchewan a few years ago and that stuff, and bought a bunch of ranch land and that stuff. And Coulter Wall and Brock Lesnar are neighbors. They have adjoining acreages or ranches up in Saskatchewan someplace. Yeah.
Have y'all seen the photo of Brock Lesnar's daughter? Like compared to Brock Lesnar? Like, dang. You can tell where she came from.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. Maury is not needed on this one.
No. Yeah. Brock, you are the father.
You are the father. The way that he throws that paper down always, he's like sitting back. You I love father. You're like, oh God.
Whoa! I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Even though we're Canadian, Drake still sucks. Even as a rapper, he's still awful.
You mentioned that. You mentioned that. So when I think of Drake, there's only a couple of songs that come to mind. Like one's Hotline Bling.
Obviously.
Yep.
And I like Hotline Bling. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm at the gym. I'm about to work out. I put Drake on Spotify. I'm like, let me hear more of his music because I really don't know beyond Hotline Bling. And I'm like, thank God I didn't know because this is terrible.
Yes.
Yep.
And then I put on Outkast and I'm like, man, everything's a hit. It's a smash.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
And mine is Bombs Over Baghdad. I love Bombs Over Baghdad.
I was gonna say
Because that sounds like pure. That sounds like pure chaos.
It is.
As soon as they hit the 1, 2, 3, and boom, it just goes off from that moment.
Yeah, international.
Don't you stop.
I'm not going to. No, I can't. I can't do it. It's on my playlist on my iPhone, and that's where it'll remain. So
I will say though, I saw Drake live. That was the year Bailey and I went to the Squamish Music Festival. Squamish is just north of Vancouver.
Okay.
And and he came out. He actually put on a really good show because that was out of all the headliners, because it was Drake, Sam Smith, and Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was just kind of underwhelmed the whole time. I was like, can we start a mosh pit during, where that one Sam Smith song? How does it go? The
Stay With Me or whatever.
I was like, let's watch.
And that's one I could do without, definitely.
Nobody wanted to
very different acts, by the way.
Definitely one I could do without.
Very different acts. That whole festival was very eclectic. And it was just, I remember Bailey and I were like, we had a little tent site and we were just kind of like staying calm and just enjoying it. And like everybody around us was going to the EDM tent, and everybody else that was camping was like 20 years old and just doing Molly. And I'm like, I was like the dad standing there. You know that meme of like the guy, the Pakistani fan at the cricket match, and he's just
that
was it. That was me the entire weekend.
The guy
just standing there disappointed, like
hands on hips, doing the total dad stance.
I was just glaring. The one morning, I mean, there was this guy, he was getting wheeled out because he got dehydrated because he did too much MDMA, and so they had like the IV in him, and like all the other teenagers are just like, oh my god, the party's over for him. And I'm just giggling, like I'm giggling my ass. I was like, look at this idiot. Look at him.
Yeah.
What do you do that for?
Yeah.
He's fine. Stop crying.
So comments from the comment section here. El Toro 66 says classic rock all the way. Yeah, for sure. And then wants to add, hey, Kellen, love your coverage of Western Canadian pro mods over the years, bud. Just want to highlight that for a quick second because I will have a new pro mod supercut video showing up on Drag Files on Boxing Day. It's kind of my Boxing Day tradition that I roll that out there. Each year it gets longer. This year we're looking at 7+ hours. So that'll be Boxing Day, to throw on in the background while you're testing out your new 80-inch TV that you picked up at Best Buy earlier that morning or whatever, So,
nice.
Stay tuned,
gentlemen. Thank you for the time.
Kevin, absolutely, yeah.
I got to head on. It's getting near.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much for popping by. Yeah.
I'm gonna get to bed, get my beauty rest, and then get ready for Sunday. So y'all take care.
Sure. You take her easy. Merry Christmas to you and yours, Lee. Thanks again for popping in.
Good meeting you, Mr. TL. Craig. Go Canadian hockey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Have a great night. Yeah, for sure. So we'll keep the party rolling over here because we got the core. It's basically a classic Nitro steak now, but there's nothing classic about it. We're just riffing.
NWO has taken over.
We're taking
the
over
string.
For sure.
I'm Kevin Nash. Fuck life. Too sweet.
I remember watching that one clip of like there's this guy on YouTube did this amazing promo for the DX versus NWO, like it was like a fan made promo, and he used this clip of Kevin Nash with like the Tupac bandana, where it's like like in the front. Is that
Yeah.
But like Kevin Nash looks into the camera as they're like, it was the Wolfpack and Hogan feud, and they're like beating up somebody. I don't know, beating up like what's his name? The fucking male gigolo. Whatever his name was.
Oh, Disco Inferno.
Bagwell?
Just going for a Buff Bagwell or just going for who they're beating up somebody.
Yeah,
and
it's
Kevin
probably
Nash,
Disco Inferno. They did that a lot.
Yeah, and then he just like Kevin Nash just looks into the camera and he's like Thug Life, and I'm like, did Kevin Nash just yell Thug Life into the camera? I guess he's from Detroit. I don't know.
Exactly.
Like,
that's one of the reasons I hated the NWO for most of it. The moment that the Outsiders came in, cool. The moment that Hogan joined, cool. Everything after that was complete horseshit.
Yeah.
Including these 50-year-olds, well, I guess they were 40 at the time, acting like they were 19-year-olds.
Yep. Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It's almost as if Eric Bischoff, instead of bringing so many older, over-the-hill WWF guys, should have maybe held on to a beer-drinking Texan named Steve Austin who was going places.
Yeah.
No, but he wasn't going anywhere in WCW because he was just completely sidetracked. He was like, I'm stunning Steve Austin, and I want to be with Hulk Hogan in a tag team because we both have blonde hair that's starting to thin on top. We're like, that's an awful idea. Get the fuck out of my company.
Yeah.
No, he was gonna do the US title run, and they curbed that on him.
Yeah, because he's stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah.
But he would have been great. He was still Stone Cold. Eventually, Stone Cold came out and he would have got in there, did his blonde hair, and drank beer. Hogan, Stone Cold Stunner. 1, 2, 3. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. I said Stone Cold.
What? No, he would have never been Stone Cold if he didn't get to leave the WCW to go to ECW, to say what's on his mind, to reinvent himself, to get a haircut, to get his notoriety back, to look like a badass, so he can get some attention from the WWF. And then get his transfer over.
Austin, do you think what?
Just say what?
Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. There you go.
Well,
and Fraser 316 says, I don't know what the fuck that was.
What?
We're gonna crap. Not into this one. This one is crap. I'm gonna go into the.
Look, you're making him drink. That's what you're doing to him right now.
There we go. We're gonna crack into this one. The Bud Light Seltzer. It is the Ginger Snap Bud Light Seltzer. So there we go.
Actually, I need to bow out for a second because I have a special guest here.
Oh, you do?
That wants to come in and say hi.
Oh, okay. Well, please do.
He's very shy, so I have to turn the camera off. Okay.
Oh Lord, it's a puppet. He's gonna
just stop the cam. I'm still here. Okay, I'm here, right?
Okay. He's turning the camera off.
Okay, anyways, you ready to come in now?
Hang on. I'll do the big intro. So ladies and gentlemen, Craig P. Frazier has a special guest joining the stream right now, live from his headquarters, wherever Craig P. Frazier land is. So take it away.
Thank you, Kellen Nitro, for bringing me onto this podcast. I'm coming to you live from the Baja, and I came up into Edmonton just tonight on an express flight. I have my own private airline where I fly myself in a refabricated steel tube, and I get it carried by flocks of herons and geese that fly me wherever I need to go. And it is I, the former governor of Minnesota, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Governor Ventura, thank you for joining us on the podcast tonight, or live stream, whatever the hell we're calling it. Yes. What did you think of the retelling and the new facts we got around the first Christmas earlier on in the stream?
Well, I was actually a Navy SEAL when the first Christmas happened. I was on deployment outside of the Gulf of Oman, and when I came in there, I was deployed in a desert response unit where we had to survive off of the Airheads candy and the water that was retrieved from the anal glands of a beaver. And as we were deploying, you don't know that, Ty? You were going to give me a weird look. Did you know that most vanilla extract is taken from a beaver's anus glands? That is true fact.
Wow.
No, it is not, Mr. Ventura.
It's absolutely true. Look it up. I am a Navy SEAL.
I don't have to look it up. I know that's not true, Mr. Ventura. You were not there. Mr. Ventura, you were not there on the first Christmas. I
was there.
Vanillin does not come from beaver anus.
You tell me where I was.
In the Sea of Oman.
If you're such a patriot, I
am such a patriot. Look at all this Canada we got going here. I am a patriot.
That's false. That's
the money
false.
Team. Yeah.
You just put on a flag on your shirt and on your.
And you lie about beavers producing vanillin in their anus glands.
Google it. I'll wait. I'll sit here all night. I'll wait for you to Google it and find out exactly the truth.
Google it.
Vanilla extract.
Oh man.
But as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I was in Oman and we went on a desert excursion on a new Bombardier Raptor X45. And I took it across the sand dunes, and I was one of the wise men. And my gift to the birth of Jesus Christ was I gave him my Bombardier four-wheeler. Because if you remember,
you had a Bombardier four-wheeler in the first Christmas 2023 years ago.
You're correct. I was there. We have discovered, and when I was a Navy SEAL, we discovered time travel, and that is how I was able to go to the Gulf of Oman and talk to.
You had time travel, and you went back to the Gulf of Oman.
I have a photo of me with the king of the Philistines, and we together made a trade deal with King David, and I was Goliath. I was the Goliath.
King David was not the king. Oh God!
I was wearing a suit.
Many things wrong with
I was wearing a suit of armor. I was taken prisoner, and I built myself a suit of armor that I used to escape, and I delivered my four-wheeler to Jesus on the first.
Ventura, that's the plot of Iron Man 1 minus the Jesus part.
And you know what? When I brought it in there, they didn't know what to do with it, and they stripped it.
Of course, they didn't know what to do with it. It didn't happen. Nor if it did happen, they wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it.
Jesus Christ would still be alive today if he would have just kept the four-wheeler and escaped the Romans. It was very
How are
easy.
you still alive today, Mr. Ventura? How are you still alive today if you were able to go back in
I've
time
already
to
told you.
2023?
You're not listening to the facts right now. I built myself my suit of armor and I escaped, and I landed in the modern day Eritrea, and I met with the local tribesmen leaders there, and they helped me build a canoe out of loincloths and coconut bark. And from there, I was able to escape.
Eritrea is not even. Oh my God! What?
You don't know. I had rocket-propelled armor. I was able to escape.
Did you have
That's just something you don't know anything about.
Time jump?
You don't. You tell me what happened. Do you think the government? You think the government's going to tell you about my secret op of time traveling? Because I did that. And then the next thing I did is when I went back in time into Hastings in 1066, and I told William the Conqueror where to go and set his siege to attack Harold Godwinson, the last Anglo-Saxon king of England, and how that defeat happened. Do you think William just happened to know exactly where to go, where exactly to go?
Were you wearing the suit of armor during that time jump?
I was not wearing armor at that time jump. I was wearing chainmail and a shirt that said, "I don't like Mondays." That is what I was wearing. And I came there, and William
were wearing a Garfield shirt underneath chainmail as you time jumped to the 1000s of England after being in Eritrea, escaping on loincloth and coconut bark and in a fucking canoe. Then you came from Israel, got up 2023 fucking years ago.
That's exactly what happened. Now the thing is,
damn it!
You think the government's gonna tell you exactly what happened? They're gonna. These are top secret missions.
Why
that
would
are
they
being
put
under
you on a
wraps.
top secret mission? You're a psycho that doesn't tell the truth.
You don't know it. You tell me what the truth is.
If I had popcorn, I'd be snacking on it right now.
The truth is, you're a pathological liar, Mr. Ventura.
That's not true.
Or
I
you have-
am not. You know who was a
Or you have
liar
form of
was
Alzheimer's, where all of your memories have been replaced with fake things that you may have dreamt or read in a book, and replaced the character with you.
I was actually, you know who is a bad liar was the Chilean dictator Pinochet, and I was a
Why
part
are
of the
you bringing
team that took
Pinochet
him
into
down.
this?
And he was assassinated by a 500-pound forest hog named Stromboli.
He was never assassinated.
He was absolutely assassinated. You think they hired they couldn't get hired an actor? They hired famous Latino actor John Leguizamo to pose as Pinochet for the rest of his life. He is
John
an Academy
Leguizamo
Award.
doesn't even look like Pinochet.
That's the magic of movie prosthetics there, Mr. TL.
Oh, God.
If you were such a patriot. You know, John Leguizamo was the hero we needed. He was the hero we needed, not the one we deserved.
Oh,
And
wow.
he was more than willing to
That's
step up.
Batman, Iron Man.
That's not Batman. You tell me what it is. Did Batman steal that from John Leguizamo? You tell me. You tell me why.
John Leguizamo had nothing to do with the assassination of Pinochet, who wasn't assassinated.
He was absolutely assassinated. It was a false flag operation that was used to direct the flow of people thinking that Pinochet was still alive, when indeed he was assassinated by the CIA from the help of myself and Stromboli.
Love it.
Oh, God.
Love it.
All right,
Why
ladies
did-
and gentlemen.
Why did
all
the
of what
United
you've
States
just heard-
government? Why did the United States government spend so much time covering this up if it's not true? What do you think they're not? What they're lying? They're not lying to you. Does the government always tell you the truth, Mister
You
TL?
having double negatives is not helping anything right now into
Will you
saying
tell
what's
me-
a
will you
yes,
tell
no,
me what
lie,
else?
or false or true. All I
You
know
tell
is
me.
you've been lying this entire time.
I'm not lying. I've always ever told the truth.
God.
That's why I won the lawsuit against Mr. McMahon, and why I'll never appear on WWE ever again, because he
Yep.
has to pay me royalties. He has to pay me royalties if I show up. So if I'm not lying about that, why would I lie about my stellar record in the Navy SEALs and when I was
That's a
working
great
for
question.
MI6?
Why do you continue to lie about everything that happened with the CIA, the government, and everyone else who was in on this Pinochet look-alike John Leguizamo jump time from the 10,000s in England from
You can't
Eritrea
even keep
on
it straight. You don't even know what you're talking
You
about.
can't keep it straight.
I'm
I just
perfectly straight.
I just tried to reflash all the information that you spewed out in all of your bullshit lies.
Perfectly accurate information, by the way. It was the best information. I was also an MI6, and they gave me the designation.
How could you be MI6? You're American. In
I was
CIA,
007.
apparently.
Who do you think was the basis for James Bond? It
Not
was
you,
me.
Mr. Ventura.
It was me. I was the basis for James Bond. They were like, how do we get somebody to play a guy like Bond, a great hero that was real, that they wrote many great novels about? It was my exploits back when I was working at the time of the Nazi regime in Operation Blueprint, where I was the body that they ejected into the water with the fake plans of where
Right.
the
James
Normandy
Bond was
invasion.
about the Cold War, not Nazi Germany. That's too
Or
early.
you tell me what the inspiration was. Sir Ian
I
Fleming.
just told you.
Sir Ian Fleming was so impressed with how well I pretended to be a dead body, because my name is Jesse the Body Ventura, after all. And I was a dead body that the Nazis found with the fake documents. And when they read it and they were like, "Is this real?" I sat up. I said, "You bet your ass it's real." And then they didn't man the forts properly. And then June 6th happened, 1944. Yeah, that's right. What happened on that day? D-Day. Do you know what that stands for? The D? It's the German name Dugoshna, which is actually my name, Ventura. That whole operation was named after me.
Why would an MI6 agent 007 go undercover as a outspoken professional fucking wrestler?
You tell me why. You tell me what a better cover. What a
Oh man. Governor Ventura, thank you very much for your time.
Jesse. Thanks for
Yeah, that was a great get, Craig. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, I mean, you know, I made a couple calls. I brought them in, and it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Not too crazy. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much.
I was, I mean, sometimes you think, yeah, bye. Thanks, Jesse.
Yes. Yeah, he's on his way back to the Baja.
He's going back to the, where hold a second.
Yeah, I'm going to the Baja.
Like, no,
Okay,
you just
going to
told
Baja.
me.
Yeah, I would probably stop him for a Baja blast somewhere, and maybe
I mean, it's you're great. You're talking to the governor of Minnesota. It's the former governor, mind you. It's a treat on this Christmas episode
for sure. For all of everybody joining the stream right now, welcome to the 2023 Nitromaniac TV's Christmas Extravaganza. We're rocking and rolling here on all of the channels, all of the properties for Nitromaniac TV. So we got the Wrestling Unlimited channel, we got Drag Files happening, we've got I think it's going out to my Instagram live. I'm not sure. Won't be able to get any feedback on that because that's a new feature. We've got X as well, Twitter X, and then a few Facebook pages too and that stuff. So Kellen Nitro here. We got the two wrestling channel contributors, Mr. TL and Craig P. Frazier. And Mr. TL just took a long walk in the snow here to try and clear his head, I think. he looks like he's in a better spot.
It's just part of the bit. I mean, it can't go any further than that. It went all it could. Me playing the straight man who's getting what is the word there? You get angsty about something and just won't progress
Norm
any
McDonald.
further. And
I love it when you do your Norm McDonald.
Norm
I'll do a
McDonald.
little walking. I'm sitting here with my dog, Rottweiler.
We were talking to the governor of South Canada. Yes, exactly.
Yes, governor of South Canada, exactly.
Love it.
El Toro, I am so sorry that you had to sit through all of that. Like I am so.
I only had a certain amount of time with
apologize.
Jesse.
And
He's
hey,
only
I want to talk to the governor.
Just subscribe up to the wrestling channel. It's
I want to talk to the governor
later.
Bring him back in. I have a question for him.
Okay, I'm back now. Why? What question do you have for me? Possibly.
Did you take my Game Boy in 1995?
Game Boys have never ever been real. They were invented.
Yes, they
in
were. I got one for
Japanese
Christmas
psyop
that same year, 1995,
by
and then
the
it got
famous
stolen.
inventor Hiroshi Takahashi. And he was the one that invented the Game Boys, but they're really mind control devices. And it's also true that if you hit the right sequence of buttons, you can call directly on a hotline to super spy extraordinaire Kim Possible. And you can actually talk to her and explain to her exactly what
I'm not Kim Possible.
She's real. In real life, Kim Possible.
Are you saying that Kim Possible is real, but Game Boys aren't?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, because that's what the government wants you to believe.
But then how do you get in touch with Kim Possible if the Game Boy not real?
See you, Jesse. So he had to go.
Yeah, no kidding. He's gone.
Wait, come back here. I'm still missing my Game Boy.
I do have another guest that can come in here.
Oh, okay. It's a rotating house of guests happening.
Well, he's pretty shy, so he needs the camera off again.
Okay, yes.
Now, okay, you listen to me now. I'm going to tell you something here. My name is Alex Jones. I'm from Infowars.com, and I'm here to tell you something. Excuse me, I'm getting pissed.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jones, for joining the stream tonight. This is
no problem. This is not actually a podcast. This is actually an illusion of the mind's id, and I have the paperwork right here to prove it. And this is exactly why they're making the fucking frogs gay.
Alex, geez, thank you.
El Toro, I am so sorry.
Hey, no, where was it? He followed up on a comment and said, "Hey, it was funny as hell. He loves it." So hey,
oh my god.
So hey, right on. And if you love it too, feel free to throw the comments in the comment box wherever you're watching and that stuff. It's So it's the most unhinged podcast stream of the year, and we're what we are. So
it's so funny that like the Alex Jones thing between us three is hilarious, but when you have like an audience member who keeps commenting again, you're like very aware of it.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Like,
I'm having fun.
God. El Toro's really listening to all of
Yeah,
our
so
stupidity.
he's taking off. So thank you very much, El Toro, for checking things out. Don't worry. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. Is this will be on demand later on too. So if you want to catch whatever happens after when you leave and that stuff, you just come back to either channel and click play where you left off, and we'll still be here on tape, obviously. But you know what I mean.
Somehow we'll still be here.
Thanks again for checking it out. For sure, it was fun chatting with you. Merry Christmas to you and yours, definitely.
Merry Christmas, El Toro. You were great.
Yes.
I also have to bow out here. I've been told.
Okay.
I have a few things to do, but
Yes.
I enjoyed coming on and being a part of the holiday spectacular.
You got it. Thank you again. Cheers.
It was fantastic.
And and before I go, actually, I need to say one more thing. I was actually also a part of a very serious plot to overthrow the government of France when I was Napoleon Bonaparte's wife, Josephine. That was actually me playing a woman. It wasn't an actual woman. It was me as a woman. And that is why Napoleon never...
Well, Mr. Ventura, it wasn't very convincing as a woman. Much like everything else you did.
I was a complete dish, I'll have you know. I looked and sounded exactly like this, but just with a dress and a bit of lipstick. And I had the Frenchman in court in all sorts of manners of heat. Let me tell you,
You know what dish you are? The one that gets left over every year at Christmas dinner. That's the dish you are.
I couldn't keep that one going.
Well, hey, Craig, Merry Christmas to you and yours, and
yes, Merry Christmas, Craig.
Indeed, yes.
Christmas,
Cheers.
guys.
Here's to everybody watching too. Merry Christmas, yes, for sure.
Merry Christmas.
We're gonna
Pepsi.
Yeah, there you go. Mr. TL and myself will stick around for a little bit longer here and that stuff, and field some questions and that stuff and whatever. Yeah, we are. We'll do that right now, but I'm going to tell the Undertaker to rest in peace right now. And you know what? I'm going to run a quick little Addy Poo here for the two channels, and we'll come back with I don't know, something on the thing. And so we'll see you all in about 3 or 4 minutes time. How's that? Hey folks, Kellen Nitro here telling you about the newest way you can help support Nitromaniac TV's Drag File, called Members Only, and it is our official premium content wing of the website. For only $4.99 a month, you will gain access to exclusive video and early access to that week's content, all commercial-free. Plus an exclusive discount code to the merch stand, exclusive members-only live streams, and more to come. If you sign up today, you will gain exclusive access to check out the 5K subscriber special, the 2023 NHRA Rocky Mountain Nationals Whole Freaking Deal video, plus an early cut of what annually is our most popular title, Supercut, Pro Modified 2023. So join today, you'll never know what you're going to see on Members Only. Check it out today at tinyurl.com/drag. And welcome back, Kellen Nitro and Mr. TL with you on the Christmas Extravaganza. Getting into the well, we had the shank of the evening. Now it's just the after party, if you will, a little bit. This is the part of the Christmas party where you kind of just mingle around, kind of half drunkenly through the building and say hi to everybody you haven't said hi to yet, and then call the
I
Uber.
said hi to you before.
You know who's saying hi?
Oh.
You know who's saying hi is the old Morehouse on his channel on Ken AM TV. Says, sorry I couldn't join in this year, but happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all. So Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Morehouse. We will collaborate more, maybe even before the end of the year. I got to get in contact with you.
You know what? Because it's late and I'm drunk now.
You are.
I got drunk in the break. And I want to tell you.
You got drunk on caffeine-free Pepsi. That's impressive.
You tell me what I drink.
Oh, I'm drinking Bud Light Seltzer.
Ed Morehouse is a good guy. You don't see him enough, but he's there.
Do you want to take part?
Huh?
Do you want to take part in an old Christmas tradition from way, way back when?
Sure, I'd love to have a few.
Okay, so this is about 4 minutes long, and this was way back in the day on my old channel, back when I was working with freakingnitro.com. We used to play this on the old Freakin' Nitro radio podcast back in the day, and this is a really funny piece put together by a independent studio in the States and that stuff. This is called The Bitch Who Stole Christmas. Please enjoy.
Now, most people on this planet like Christmas a lot, but this chick who looks pissy most certainly does not. This bitch hated Christmas the whole goddamn season, and don't ask me why, cause this bitch has no reason. It could be perhaps that her shoes were too tight, or maybe she needed someone to fuck her just right. But I think the reason is quite plain to see. She's just a huge bitch.
Well, naturally.
So this bitch just sat and counted the minutes for the day known as Christmas to just fucking finish. But the bitch had one thing that made this a problem and such. A dumb fucking boyfriend who loved Christmas too much.
I love Christmas. It loves me. Don't you love our Christmas tree? Christmas! Christmas, 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 Christmas. Look, Black Friday. Shop from the store. Come on. Don't you love our Christmas tree? You know what time it is? It's Xmas time, Xmas time, Xmas time.
The bitch finally lost it and sprung from her seat.
Just stop with the dancing or I'll cut off your feet.
Chill out,
said the boyfriend.
It's Christmas, you know? So why don't you stop acting like a big fucking hoe?
The bitch did not like this. She got right in his face.
You best back the fuck up and get off my case. Christmas is shitty enough without having to listen to your fucking gut. So stop with the dancing and talking back, or I swear I'm gonna kick you in the fucking ball sack.
The boyfriend took pause and pondered her words, but then he just smiled and flipped her the bird. The bitch was quite shocked, but he did not care.
Choose me or this Christmas or we're over, I swear!
Once again, the boyfriend took a quick pause, but then he exclaimed,
Thank you, Santa Claus! It's the one fucking present I couldn't find at the mall. Breaking up with this bitch, once and for all. You know, I truly thought you would ruin Christmas Day, but thanks to your ultimatum, everything is okay! So get the fuck out of my sight! Merry Christmas to all, and to all, good night.
The bitch was quite saddened, but had an ace up her sleeve. Actually, it was a gun, Colt 45, I believe. The boyfriend looked on, not sure what to do. But the bitch smiled and said,
I've got a present for you.
I love Christmas. It loves me. Don't you love our Christmas tree? It's so green. It has some light.
All right, that's like a B-roll of them just bloopers and shit like that. So, anyways, there you go. The bitch you stole Christmas. I should have played that when Craig was on, but anyway, there we go. We were rolling with a bunch of stuff right now. With that, it was
usually when I see acting that bad, they start fucking after. Anyway.
Anyways, yes, it's the Christmas time of year. It's a Christmas extravaganza. I haven't played that on anything in a long time. I'll link up a copy of the original video. It's over 10 years old.
It's going to be my new Christmas tradition to bury that and leave it forever.
Yes, exactly. So, anyways, if anybody's got any quick comments or Christmas wishes and that stuff, please feel free to throw them in the comments. Yeah, exactly. So before we head off for the evening, for sure, and so on and so forth. There's we got people watching on Twitter or X right now, and yeah, so it's getting into the late nights portion, of the show. Yes. For
Christmas, I never want to see that again.
Yeah. Okay. Promise you will not see it on the 2024 stream. It's done. That's it. It's over. So, man. So what's Christmas looking like for you this year?
You first.
Okay. Just getting together with friends and family. Got that happening. It's going to be a busy time of year, just visiting people. That's about it. So, nothing really special. That's all I'm doing.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got Christmas Eve over by family. I got Christmas Day over by family. I got Boxing Day by more family. And New Year's Eve, we're all going to spend with extended family together for maybe the first. And who knows, it may never happen again. But to spend New Year's Eve with all extended family on my mom's side.
Oh, that's cool.
We usually get together. Yeah, we usually get together for Christmas. But this year it turned out that everyone was free for New Year's Eve. For that night. So it's like, wow, cool. We're actually going to do this. We're going to ring the new year for the first time, and it might be the last, depending on how things are planned. But hey, we'll see how it goes.
Hey, it's definitely going to be. It's definitely going to be awesome. Either way, that's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe how fast it's coming, but here it is.
I'm still planning my New Year's Eve celebrations with friends and that stuff. So we'll get that ironed out over the next week or so. It sounds like. Probably.
Well, just know, Mr. TL is booked.
Yes. Why do you think I'd give you a call? No,
it don't matter. I've already been booked.
There you go. It's been booked, so that's it. So, well, I think it's time to saunter off for the evening and to wish the listeners and viewership a very Merry Christmas. A few things I'm going to plug here towards the end of the stream is, yes, like I said, for Drag Files, watch for a brand new ProMod Supercut video coming out on December 26th. And that'll be a super long marathon link for everybody to enjoy that. And also on New Year's Day, January 1st, we will have our annual Wild Shots video, which is some of the wrecks and mishaps of 2023 out to be the first video of the year for 2024. So watch for that, over the next next 3 weeks, I should say. For content.
Hey, you know what else is a wreck and a mishap was this episode. I'm kidding.
It truly was, yes. It truly is when you get the mixing of the two channels together and that stuff. I don't know why I do it, but I just this is my WrestleMania. This is my
this is fun.
This is, yes. Yeah. This is everything
That's more
builds to the
Royal
Christmas
Rumble-ish.
Yeah.
That's it for Royal Rumble, but okay.
Yeah.
I guess you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So, wrestling channel wise, we're going to go with another retro Nitros take coming up here over not this coming week, but next week sometime. So watch for info on that upcoming on my social media at Kellen Nitro and so on and so forth. So
After
you guys have the
Christmas.
source material. We're watching. Yes, it will be after Christmas. I'm aiming for that week between Christmas and New Year's that we're going to get together and
Yes.
do that. Yeah. So just got to find an opening during that week where everybody's at home to do it. So
Yeah, we're going to talk a little Mac and Singh versus the Bastion Booger. Ah!
yes. Yes, exactly. We're going to take a trip to the Stampede territory.
And that's all we're
I'm
going to
saying
say about that.
Yes, exactly. We're going to take a trip to Calgary in the Stampede territory to check things out during the show. So, if you got anything else you want to add or plug, go right ahead, Mr. TL.
Honestly, no, because in real life, I do cookie orders, but y'all can't order cookies from me because you don't know me like that. So, no, you can't have no cookies. I make the best cookies ever. No, I mean, no, Kellen.
Yes.
No, don't make me go on a Kanye rant.
Yes.
I will Kanye rant the shit out of this about how I make the best cookies you ever gonna taste, but you ain't gonna taste them because Gaga and Balenciaga got something against me, and then that's why you can't have no cookies.
Okay. Fair enough. You can follow him online at TM Loughton. You can follow Craig P. Fraser, who was on earlier, at line at Craig P. Fraser on the X. You can follow me throughout on social media at Kellen Nitro. If you're watching this entire ordeal on Instagram Live, let me know how that turned out, because this is such a test for that I don't have live metrics on it. So I'll get a chance to check it out later, but there we go. And what else do we got here? NitromaniacTV@gmail.com if you got questions about anything on Drag Files, or if you want to request a show, if you're a wrestling fan, for Wrestling Unlimited for us to watch in 2024. The only rule that I have for that is you have to let us know what streaming service that show's on. That's all. So I can get the link out to the guys so they can watch it. That's about it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. And we try to follow the formula of, let's keep the F in with WWF stuff, prior to the change in 2002 at this point. So, if you got a show that you want us to check out and that stuff, email us at nitromaniactv@gmail.com. There's like hundreds of pay-per-views from that era that we haven't even touched yet. So it's a lot of stuff. tinyurl.com/NitromaniacTV and tinyurl.com/dragfiles are your links and that stuff. They're all under linktree.com/Kellen Nitro. And you can just go down there and check it out and everything. Merch store will have a Boxing Week sale happening in starting December 26th, which is what we do. So Mr. TL, I will wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy everything.
You as well, good sir.
And I will do the same for sure. And I'm Kellen Nitro. Later days, happy wrestling and happy drag racing watching. And we'll see you all. And thank you very much for your love and support.
An awful idea. The Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea.
We will see you next time.
You're supposed to cut it. Damn it.
Sorry.
You fucked it up. Don't worry.
I'm just going to run an ad. So anyways.
Good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.
We'll see you next time on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited or Drag Files. Have a good one. Goodbye. Hey folks, Kellen Nitro here telling you about the newest way you can help support Nitromaniac TV's drag file. It's called Members Only, and it is our official premium content wing of the website. For only $4.99 a month, you will gain access to exclusive video and early access to that week's content, all commercial free. Plus an exclusive discount code to the merch stand, exclusive members only live streams, and more to come. If you sign up today, you will gain exclusive access to check out the 5K subscriber special, the 2023 NHRA Rocky Mountain Nationals whole freaking deal video, plus an early cut of what annually is our most popular title, Supercut, Pro Modified 2023. So join today, you'll never know what you're going to see on Members Only. Check it out today at tinyurl.com/drag.